AJ and Micah are both improving. Jordan Phillips underwent wrist surgery last night, so he'll be out.
Jordan's injury, Poona Ford may get a shot to play this week.
I know that Poona will be absolutely ready to go.
The Buffalo Bills unfortunately sustained more injuries versus the Dallas Cowboys. Jordan Phillips getting hurt on this play, undergoing wrist surgery. You could see Joe Biscaglia commenting on Sean McDermott's recent comments yesterday stating that he underwent wrist surgery and is going to be week to week.
We'll call it week to week at this point.
And we all know that Dawson Knox was out after having wrist surgery himself for a decent amount of time. And that leaves us with our guy Poona Ford, the 350 Ford truck coming in here for Buffalo Bills.
Poona is an extremely valued member of the position group and of the defense of the team.
And you could read this article, his recent comments saying that, I don't know, it's just been weird for me this season playing for the Buffalo Bills. This was not what he was expecting when he came here. And he said, I thought I was going to be able to contribute and help this team win.
His skill set is respected. There's a reason why he was a sought-after free agent for us.
Even Eric Washington, our defensive assistant coach, was specifically asked about the lack of usage of Poona Ford, and he basically said it is because of basically bringing in Linval Joseph, because Jordan Phillips, Ed Oliver, and the other players on this team have just outplayed and earned their spot on this team.
And he's done nothing to diminish that in my mind. Poona just needs to continue to work, continue to believe in himself.
But now we see Jordan Phillips going down with a wrist injury, and why I'm not concerned is because Poona Ford is hungry. He's going to come in wanting to make a name for himself. Washington went on to say it's really not at any fault of Poona Ford. It's just that the other players are just playing slightly better. Washington said that Poona Ford has a unique skill set. He just has to continue to look forward to make sure you maintain an optimal state of readiness.
Continue to look forward to make sure you maintain an optimal set of readiness.
Washington said last week, when it's your turn again, go out there and do your absolute best. He said that Poona always puts a great forth effort in practice. He's an outstanding player in the meeting room.
Poona puts forth great effort in practice. He's outstanding in the meeting room.
And he's helping iron sharpening iron in practice during the week, getting our team ready for game day. Poona Ford is disappointed. He's frustrated. He came to the Buffalo Bills thinking he could really make a name for himself here. And now this is his opportunity to go out there to play mad and really ball out of control. Washington even made comments, and Eli Anku coming back to the Buffalo Bills.
We're glad to have Ely back. Was signed away from us for a few weeks, and now we're able to get him back. And Ely is on the ready. He does a good job in practice. Veteran player, knows how to play. He's played in multiple schemes. He's ready to go. Big, strong player, but also can give you things initially. He can give you quickness up the field. He can be extremely disruptive.
A 330-pound defensive tackle, similar build to Jordan Phillips, and he spent some time on a bunch of different teams. Washington said that he's well-versed for the Buffalo Bills, and he should even be ready to go. Now, this is an element that we're going to be missing with Jordan Phillips, that edge on the defensive side, hyping up the fans. So I don't want to take this injury lightly by any means, but the fact is that we had the depth in players to supplement the loss of Jordan Phillips while he gets healthy. And speaking of supplementing losses, Sean McDermott has done an excellent job supplementing the loss of Micah Hyde and also Matt Milano. Tyrel Dotson has been getting a lot of playing time for Bills Mafia in place of Matt Milano this year, and you can see he is making strides. Eric Washington even stated that Dotson's run support ability, and especially in recent weeks, has been dominant.
Dotson, another 8-tackle game for him last night. From when he got into the lineup, where has he made his biggest strides?
The gap control, the run fit part of his game, his run fit clarity, the speed in which he's able to diagnose the run game has been phenomenal. And he's a physical presence once he establishes himself at the point of attack.
And he loves seeing the progression from Dotson so far this season. But more specifically, with Sean McDermott, the Buffalo Bills early against the Dallas Cowboys ran a base defense with not only Dotson and Bernard, they rolled out Baylon Spector for his first glimpse on this Buffalo Bills defense. Especially early in this game when the game was close and the Dallas Cowboys were not forced to pass it, you could clearly see these three linebackers filling up the hole there on Tony Pollard and not allowing any yardage. Baylon Spector landing right on top of Tony Pollard there. Great thing to see. Another way the Buffalo Buffalo Bills have supplemented the loss of Matt Milano is rolling out a dime defense, especially when we get up in games. Supplementing the loss of Matt Milano with Tyrel Dotson and Terrell Bernard, as well as rolling out a base defense. We saw glimpses of it with Dorian Williams early in the year, but now a thicker, fuller linebacker with Baylon Spector is definitely going to be better against the run. And if the Buffalo Bills could stop the run, force teams to pass, rely on Josh Allen and this offense to run up the score, we could start calling dime defenses, which we see here. Cam Lewis taking place of basically Micah Hyde in this dime defense. We've seen Jordan Poyer come in and play that dual safety linebacker role in the dime defense, and here we see it again with Cam Lewis. Obviously, Micah Hyde being out. Taylor Rapp filling in there, delivering blows during this game, a ferocious attitude, and I think a much better tackler than Micah Hyde. Maybe in the communication department with Jordan Poyer, maybe his pass coverage abilities isn't as good as Micah Hyde, but clearly better in run support. And we can clearly see here that Cam Lewis on the middle of the field, number 39, covering the tight end, coming in, making the tackle, and then on the very next play, the interception by Dak Prescott. Once again, dime defense with Cam Lewis being out there, Christian Benford coming up with the interception. You could see all the comments on X from people being hyped about Cam Lewis. He had such a great game. You could see Johnny saying, you guys, what's nuts no one is talking about? Cam Lewis came within inches of tipping that lateral pass, which would have made it a fumble in that area. The Bills defense was balling out of control. Patrick says, great series for Cam Lewis to end that half. Cam Lewis has been great in coverage. He is also another ferocious hitter, and I love what Sean McDermott has developed there. Another injury that was sustained was to our guy Ty Johnson on this play, laying the lumber with his shoulder, but gets up obviously a little bit hurt, grabbing his shoulder. But obviously the Buffalo Bills have been prepared with Leonard Fournette sitting in the background waiting for his opportunity to get on this field. So if Ty Johnson is hurt, if he isn't going to be able to play against the LA Chargers this week, which may I add is a short week, we could very well see the first start for Leonard Fournette. Let's not forget, we started this game without Aj Epenesa, and this Buffalo Bills still had a relentless pursuit on Dak Prescott, clearly frazzled, stunning in the inside there with Von Miller, and we all know Von Miller is continuing to trend up. This team is absolutely insane between Ed Oliver, Leonard Floyd earning a $1 million bonus for his 10th sack of the season. Man, we have depth at every single position. So at first glance, you could be concerned about the injuries that we've sustained all throughout the season, as well as the injuries versus the Dallas Cowboys. Seeing the injury to Jordan Phillips, to include Ty Johnson already being out with Micah Hyde, also Aj Epenesa. But the facts are that Brandon Beane and Sean McDermott always are prepared. They always do their due diligence, having players in the background that are ready to go. Jordan Phillips going down. Well, we have a frustrated, angry defensive tackle with Poona Ford looking to get on that field and help this team win, as well as Eli Anku, another big boy defensive tackle that is going to be another depth piece for the Buffalo Bills going forward. Leonard Fournette being a depth piece to Ty Johnson can clearly come in and help the Buffalo Bills. And then Sean McDermott doing his thing here, supplementing the loss of Micah Hyde, rolling out with a base defense with Baylon Spector to help stop the run, and also a dime defense with Cam Lewis, who is really starting to blossom into his own. And the starters were ultimately pulled out of the game later in the game, giving more valuable reps and memorable moments on that field to even players like Dorian Williams, Damar Hamlin, and many, many others. Plus, you consider the recent comments of Sean McDermott saying that Daquan Jones is teetering that line of coming back. That is going to be a huge addition for Bills Mafia. Speak about stopping the run. Can you imagine Daquan Jones and Linval Joseph next to one another? That tush push or whatever you guys want to try to do against us is not going to work. We supplemented the loss of Trey White with Rasul Douglas. We supplemented the loss of Daquan Jones with Linval Joseph. We have had answers all throughout the year. I am not worried about these Buffalo Bills injuries. Unfortunately for us, we're going against two teams that have not been very good this year. The LA Chargers, the New England Patriots. That should buy us a little bit more time to get healthy for Week 18 against the Miami Dolphins. Do you agree the Buffalo Bills have answered our injury concerns? Do you think the Buffalo Bills are going to be fine for the remainder of this year in the playoffs? I think we are. I think Sean McDermott has all the answers there, whether it's schematically or just having the due diligence and the depth of the players on this roster. But I appreciate you guys all so much. If you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate it if you hit like, subscribe for future content, releasing videos each and every single day. Also, check the link in the description, the Buffalo Chicken Wing merch, black, blue, gray, red, long sleeve hoodies, free shipping, sizes small through 5XL. You guys can check the link in the description. Appreciate you, and go Bills.